Sirs, moms, ladies, gents, and I'm just as about to start, I'm about to bloody sneeze. God damn it. While I share this, you get to watch my ugly sneeze face. No, I think I'm going to be able to get rid of it. Yeah, I'm good. We're all good. Right. Share to a group. Today's topic is going to be about why being successful in property is more about how you handle the bad news rather than the good news. Because there's usually more bad than good that happens. But the wins outweigh the losses. That's normally how I personally have found it. All right, that's shared. If you're joining us, say hello, tell us where you're from, or share the stream so you can get more people on. So I can shamelessly plug at the end of it for my development tour. Share on a page. Okay, share on your timeline. There we go. Right, I think that's all the places it needs to be. So let me start the podcast recording and we'll get into it. Hello and welcome to your Wednesday dose of wealth wisdom with me, Daniel Kennedy, your host, CEO of the KML Group, Home Hug Limited, and Wealth Dragon Coach. Today we're going to be discussing why being successful in property is way more important about how you handle the bad situations rather than the good situations. So just this week alone, I'll tell you a bit of a diary sort of video vlog of what my week's been. So Monday, tenants leave, we go into the room is stinking of fags, it's trashed, needs new carpets, needs to be repainted. Could have decided to get angry. Most people, it tends to be ruin their day, but having a positive outlook that I got rid of them and that we managed to get new tenants in. So that was good stuff. That's being repaired. They're moving in August and 6 months on front. So that's not too bad. Tuesday, got a call to say that we've secured the 13 bed that we secured previously. The seller has been accepted a higher offer. So they went back to the previous buyer. Completely wasted my time, paid a valuation fee, so that's gone. So yeah, that's not too good. And then again today, we had a big issue with a leak going on one of our properties. One of the door handles came off from another property. We found out that one of the tenants has moved in his partner when he's only meant to be in a single room. We've also had complaints about dirty sinks, a complaint from a neighbor about trees need to be trimmed, complaints about how people are parking their cars on a drive, complaints about somebody being potentially a bit touchy-feely at the weekend during an evening out, complaints from other tenants about somebody not saying that they're having a guest over, so they were startled when they walked into the kitchen. And this is just part of the course, as well as also hearing that somebody had gone on my recommendations and used a builder and was getting completely shafted. So I had to try and find the person because the relationship had broken down and the builder was no longer somebody that I would turn to as somebody to or recommend because the service had dropped. And that's just 1 week. That's 7 days. And previously, if those of you who knew me at the beginning of the journey, I had the patience of absolutely, I had the breaking strain of a Kit Kat. I used to snap, get angry, really, really, really angry at people's like incompetence, like people's mediocrity, like how they just didn't apply themselves. And I would people control how my mood would be. And like, I have been happy as Larry all week, even though all these bad situations has happened, because one thing that I really took to heart is that everyone is just a collection of experiences. So I've had a collection of experiences that have forced me, pushed me, made me into the person I am today, and then propelled me to where I want to go. I have the ability to go where I want to go because of the experiences. And if somebody had, so for instance, the tenants that trashed the room, if I had have experienced what they've experienced, I would have done the exact same thing, and vice versa. If they then go on, because they're young, if they then go on to experience what I've experienced, they will be in my position one day. And when I like take that condor moment and I'm not sort of getting angry at the smallest thing or getting really, really frustrated over stuff that I can't control, Knowing that I would have probably done the same position if I had lived that person's life has really helped me not be angry, not get pissed off, not take things to heart, because you can't be emotional in this game. If you're emotional, you'll get the shit kicked out of you. Anyone who's a landlord for more than 6 months will know you'll get talking to down like you're a piece of dirt. People will really be so bloody rude to you. And you're like, oh my God, man, I would never speak to anybody like that. And I'm considered to be a bit of a prick sometimes. But how could you even take that tone with somebody who's providing you a service? But you'll get, oh yeah, again, also what happened, the two that bloody moved out harassed one of my good tenants to the point where she left. So I was like, doing everything that I could to get her back. But again, try not to take it to heart. Just know that everyone is on their own path. Everyone's in their own lane. And some people's whole purpose in life will try and make sure like their tower's the highest by knocking every other tower around them. They won't build theirs up. It's a very different dynamic. They won't take responsibility. They'll place blame wherever they can elsewhere but themselves. And with those people, you've just got to like shut the gate. You've just got to close the gate and get them out. It's like looking in fucking Medusa's eyes. It'll just turn you to stone. Don't entertain people like that. You've got to be really careful of who you let in your circle. And when you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to, I hate this, it's so cliche, but go to the next level, as everyone says it, you have to be really careful about who you interact with. And then when tenants, vast majority, will treat you like dog shit, it's quite difficult to be really careful with your circle. So you have to learn how to handle the situations and how to be more passive and how to be more understanding, and just realize that you're providing a service. Does it really matter if you bite back when somebody's a bit rude, as long as they're paying your rent? What is the end goal? Think of the end goal. Do you want to save face? Do you have a bit of an ego? Do you want people to realize, oh, no one will talk to me like that? Or do you want your rent paid at the end of the month? For me, it's the latter. Like, you could spit on me, and as long as you still pay the rent, I'm happy. Like, I'm all about money. There's no emotion involved. Maybe not spit, actually. I'd probably get a little bit annoyed. So we've got Ash, Joe, Pav, Jordan, all close family and friends. That's good. Glad to see I've got a really wide reach. This is good. For those of you on the podcast as well, I've been looking at the analysis, and quite a lot of you from Malaysia and Thailand are listening. So that's really cool. If you ever want to get in touch, I'm always looking for free holidays and places to stay. So that'd be fabulous. I'd love to connect with you. Or alternatively, you could invest. But anyway, back to the topic. When you're in property, deals are going to fall through at the last minute. Investors are going to pull out funds at the last minute. Like, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Like, staff are going to walk off, and builders are going to screw you over. Like, builders are going to lie to you when they don't even have to. Your reputation is going to get dragged through the mud. All sorts. It's just everything that can go wrong will go wrong. And the better you are prepared for it. So if you expect it all to be lovey-dovey and you see all the posts here, I've got a massive win. Yeah, great. Yeah, I've got a new project. Great. Like Gobshite here, I announced it last week, but I hadn't secured it. And then within a week, it had turned around and I had to go, sorry, guys. Sorry. If I had a bit of an ego, it would have been very difficult for me to say, I shouldn't have done that. I've lost the deal because of this, this, and this, and this. I didn't actually secure it. So be prepared to get this shit kicked out of you on a regular basis, and you've just got to get used to it and be able to sort of like ride the waves, stay as stable as you possibly can, and have a few core principles when stuff is happening to you. Is that you've got to think long term. Don't think of the money tomorrow, think of the money in the future. So don't screw anybody over, even if they're rude to you. So if tenants are rude to you, if buyers are rude to you, if sellers are rude to you, just take it on the chin. It's not important. They're on a different path to you. If solicitors are providing you a poor service, don't take it personally. You just need to find somebody that connects with you, find somebody who likes you for you, your passion, and that you can help each other. Create win-win-wins. This is all generic bullshit advice, but it's really, really key, because I know people who are in the property industry who take things so personally, who have really, really big egos, and they're insufferable. They really are. Like Pav, I hope this guy's watching, because he's an absolute cock. Like, Pav went to an event, and Pav's new on his journey, and the guy said to him, "How many units do you own?" "I own 50." Like, Who says that? Like, so when somebody's rude to him, do you think he's going to have the ability to remain calm and let it just wash over him? No, somebody with that sort of mindset is going to find it really difficult when tenants are rude. They're going to have a huge ego behind their portfolio. And remember, this is business, so it can all go pop. So one day you might have to start again, and that's a very, very real reality if you over leverage and potentially you catch one of the downturns on a bad cycle where you're doing a big development. That's very, very real. And so you've got to treat the people well on the way up, because they'll be the ones that you're going to need to call upon if you're on your way down. So try not to have an ego. You need to defeat it. Like, no one's important. You're not important. We're all just farts in the cosmos. We literally don't mean anything. Do you know who I am? Yes. Do you know who I am? Exactly. That gentleman, just an absolute chopper. Like, how many units do you own? Like, who says that? I thought there would be stereotypical characters out there, but no, they actually exist. They actually exist, and we have met them. But just for info, I own more than you. I'm kidding. It's not important. Who cares? As long as you earn money from it, there's enough out there that we can all earn money together. There's no point in being in competition. The only person that you need to beat is you yesterday. And using the compound effect of being that 0.1% better every day over the course of that year, and that compounds, the person that you will be next year won't recognize the person that you are today. So smash your ego, learn to be a completely passive, emotionless, don't have any fucking emotion involved in property when it comes to money. It's just not going to work for you. It will bite you in the ass. It really will. Anybody who gets emotionless in any kind of deal usually loses the deal, loses the negotiation. Be really cold-hearted, be very logical. And the way that you can do that is meditating is a really great way to control your emotions. Not getting emotionally involved in people's lives, especially your tenants. I'm going to tell you of a situation now that I know somebody who's been taken advantage of massively, had her absolute pants down. So I had 2 lodgers, stopped paying rent, started cooking meals for them, and they were being really, really playing on our heartstrings. I can't get work. Oh, this is a difficult society to immigrate to. And now they're completely having their pants down. They're trashing the house. They're living there for free. And she's completely emotionally involved. So it's causing her lots and lots of stress. And it would do because you didn't do things properly, got emotionally involved. And now they have the fallout of this really, really, really horrible situation where she's got tenants living in a house. Unfortunately, she signed a contract with them, and she said, oh no, I don't know what I signed, and it was an AST, so that person's there for 6 months unless she can get them on a Section 8. And that is all because she got emotionally involved. She didn't handle the situation in a way that she should have done as a landlady. And that's the fallout. You need to be heartless. You need to be cold. They're not your friends. They're your customers. So provide a good service, but also if they're costing you money, get rid of them. You're not a charity. At some point, after you've taken care of yourself, potentially there's a bit of flex in the system. You can help some tenants, maybe if they've been paying for a long time. You could then say, listen, have a rent break, and then I know money's tight, you can pay me back over a certain period. I've done that and it's worked for me. And just quickly, just so you know, that's the general. He keeps an eye on me, make sure I'm working all the time, and slaps you back into shape. For those of you on the podcast, I've got a picture of my dog that is basically imposed upon some sort of US general, and it's glorious. Have objections, not emotions. Yes. Are you the only person watching, Joe? My God, I have to pay people to watch my podcast. That's fantastic, isn't it? Well, anyway, I'm going to go and watch Aladdin now. I hope you got a bit of value out of that. Please like and share. If you want to meet me, the famous Daniel Kennedy, I'm not famous. I'm very average, actually. We're doing a development tour on the 6th of July. You're more than welcome to come along. We've had a few tickets. It did sell out, but I moved it because I'm going to complete on another deal, and I wanted to add it into the development tour. If you want to come and join us, we've got 6 tickets left, I think. 6 people cancelled. So grab them. Hopefully it will sell out. If not, that's fine too. And hopefully we'll see you there.